Hi guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, December 20th, 2016. This is Jennifer. I have a little bit more to show you guys today than I anticipated because I've gotten a couple of really awesome things the last few days. I will get to talking about the costume. The Masquerade was amazing and I have pictures and I have the dress to show you. But first I want to talk about this fantastic quilt that is on my wall here. This was from Rainy's drawing for Talk to Me Tuesday from November. She picked my name and decided to send this gorgeous quilt to me that she made using the Talk to Me Tuesday logo, and I could not be more thrilled to have this. I am already trying to figure out where I'm going to put this, and believe it or not, I think I might be taking down a Harry Potter poster over there so I can have this Talk to Me Tuesday quilt on my wall all the time. She also sent me a number of other things, but what I really want to share with you are the handmade goodies. I haven't opened this yet, but I will. She sent me a handmade Christmas soap from North Carolina, and this is completely amazing. I'm gonna hang it on the wall in my sewing room instead of on my Christmas tree so I don't booby trap my Christmas tree. She sent me this awesome ornament which has an actual needle in it right there, and it says 2016 on the bottom. Has a little spool of thread, and check out this little gear right. Isn't that great? I love it. It's so perfect. It's beautiful. So I'm gonna hang this, probably just hang this on my friendship wall because I just love it. I want to look at it all year long. I saw some of my sewing friends last week and they also gave me some really awesome things. From my friend Marge, I got this great little painted egg which has nutcrackers on it, the sweet little quilted Christmas tree, and this snowman which is hiding a candy bar inside. And he's got a little felt hat, and I love his little scarf. My friend OC gave me this fun little fat quarter and a little quilting charm. And my friend Shirley made each of us this little pop-up thread catcher, which I just love so much. And she made several colors, and I picked this blue because I have this fabric in red, and it's one of my favorite fabrics. So isn't that fun? So those are just a few of the handmade goodies I've gotten in the last week. So now I do want to talk about the Masquerade Ball. It was amazing. We had a wonderful time. Our costumes were really well received. And mostly I was just really pleased that I got everything done in time and that other people appreciated as much as I had fun making it. My husband said the breeches were so comfortable that he would wish we wore those kind of pants still because they're made for like riding horses, so they're higher waisted and have a lower crotch, so he said they were just super comfortable. He also pulled out a cloak that I had made for him years ago. I mean, like 10 or 11, 12 years ago, something like that. I had made it for a costume that he wore ages ago when we went to a costume party. I mean, it was super long. It was way before Talk to Me Tuesday. So that was fun to get to see that costume piece out again after all of these years. And then my dress, I worked flat out on that all day Wednesday. I worked on it Tuesday. I had worked on it on Monday. I did get it finished Wednesday, and I had time to make a mask, and I had time to, which I was actually multitasking. The mask was stitching out while I was doing other stuff. So I had, on Wednesday, I used all 4 of my sewing machines. I used my embroidery machine, I used my serger, I used my little Janome that I keep upstairs for sewing on. I was so like wound up after I finished working on the costume that I went downstairs into the garage and I quilted on my Project of Doom a little bit using my Juki. So that's 4 sewing machines in one day. So if you guys remember that when I started, the dress that I wore was a solid black dress. It had a velvet bodice. It had giant bows on the shoulder. It had a belted waist. It had giant poofy sleeves that poofed from like the shoulder all the way down to the elbow. I did cut the front out. I think I showed you guys the bodice last week. I got this part sewed in. I put trim all over this. Originally I was going to glue this trim on, but I played with some invisible thread and I ended up sewing it all on with invisible thread, which went really fast. So that trim goes all the way down the sides and it goes all the way around the bottom. So the bottom, I actually just serged the bottom and then I sewed the trim on top, so it's not even hemmed. It's just a serged bottom with the trim sewn right on top. I had this organza ribbon in my stash, and so I put this underneath. I sewed underneath. It kept turning to the inside. So what I did was I actually used the fabric glue I had bought for the other ribbon, and I just glued it down across the top so that it would stay sticking out. So this had elastic. I cut that off and I put lace on the bottom, and then this was another ribbon I had in my stash. It's just like a tiny cord, and I just used a serpentine stitch on my machine and added that. It goes all the way around. I added a casing here with this decorative ribbon. You can kind of see the ribbon, I think, and then put elastic in that so the sleeves were poofy up high and then open. And then I made a tie so that the brocade would also go around to the back. The other thing that did was it pulled the waist a little tighter on the front without me having to make any more adjustments, because I was tired of making adjustments. When I finished the dress, I still had a little time to sew, so I got on to Urban Threads and I bought a pattern for a cat mask, and I did stitch that out, and it looks like this. This was 4 pieces, so you have this piece, and then 2 ears. And you stitch them out separately, and then you just zigzag them together. So I just sewed these pieces together on my sewing machine. This was made on 4 layers of a lightweight Pellon washable stabilizer. It's the one that feels kind of papery, almost like fabric. I tried 2 layers at first and it wasn't enough, so I just folded it into 4s and I stitched on that. And when I rinsed it out, it left enough stabilizer that it's stiff. So when it dried, it's actually stiff. I didn't have to use starch or anything. And I wore this for like 4 hours Friday night. It was very comfortable. I ended up going without my glasses. I took them with me so I could put them on occasionally, but I didn't wear my glasses while I had this on just because I thought it looked better. And it was so dark that it wasn't, like in the party, it wasn't a really big deal because everything was kind of hazy anyway. I got a lot of compliments on it. The number one thing people said was, "Is that lace?" And I was able to say, yes, it was. While that was stitching, I pulled out some of the leftover brocade and I made this little bag, which was just a rectangle of fabric with a boxed bottom. I was gonna do a round one and then I just decided not to complicate it. So it's just it was a rectangle with a box bottom. I put a casing on. This was actually a piece of leftover black binding that I had from another project. And then I used some of the ribbon I bought. And what I did was I actually tied this to my belt. So I had it hanging on my dress. I didn't carry it around, which was really nice. And all I had in here was my wallet, my cell phone, and my glasses. It was fun. I had a great time. My husband and I both really enjoyed ourselves. We had, like I said, tons of compliments. My dress was really comfortable, and it was a lot warmer than the dress I wore last year when I wore the sleeveless dress for the 20s party, so that was good. And because I want to make sure you have the full effect, I want to show you guys just a few pictures here. So that was it. That was the party. We had a great time. That is going to be it for me. If you are celebrating Christmas or any other holiday this month, I wish you very happy holidays. If you sent me a Christmas card, there's one on the way. Don't forget to stop by Phantom and Stitches for the wrap-up of Fantastic Beast. It's almost over, guys. We've got this Wednesday, and I think next Wednesday is the Invitational, and that's all of Fantastic Beast. Fantastic Beast will be done, and then January we're starting Labyrinth. And don't forget, in 2017, we're going to be revisiting Paper Piecing Vintage on Sewhooked, and I might be making 2 because I cannot narrow down my fabric choices. So, we'll see how that goes. I will see you guys next week. Bye.